Good afternoon, everybody. This is Andy at Audi Upgrades. Hope you're well. A slightly different video today, a question I get asked about a few times. So this is my attempt at trying to film and video this procedure for you to give you a kind of better understanding of what's involved. What procedure am I talking about? Well, it is about adding a new car key to your vehicle. Especially on these newer vehicles. So this car behind me is my own Q7. This is my personal car, and I have bought a third car key for my vehicle. So here are my first two, and here is a nice shiny new one from Audi. Now on the older vehicles, say going back 8 years or so, or a little bit less than that, you could buy a second-hand car key for your vehicle that matched your vehicle, that may be a used key, and using some software you could program that to your vehicle and have a new car key. Nice and simple, great, but not exactly the most secure. Anyone could go and buy a car key, potentially break into your vehicle, code the key up, and then all of a sudden they've got a key for your vehicle. So VW Group, obviously as cars get more modern, they've made things a little bit more stringent and harder. And on these vehicles, basically any car from say 2016 onwards, if you want to program a third key or another key to your vehicle, or a replacement, so you've lost a key to your vehicle, you can't buy a second-hand car key. If you try and buy one of those car keys, or if you don't try and buy one, if you buy a second-hand car key and take it to a VW dealership or an Audi dealership and get it and ask them to program it to your vehicle, they won't be able to. And the reason is that that key has already been used previously on another vehicle. So the VIN number and details of that car are already in the key. And once they're in the key, they can't be overwritten with your details. So programming a key to one of these newer vehicles is a bit of a one-time shot procedure. And you can only do it with a new key. And why can you only do it with a new key? Well, when a new key is ordered, you first of all, you have to be approved by Audi to order a new key. You have to prove that you're the vehicle owner. And in the UK, that will be using 3 bits of identification around the V5, driving license, utility bills, that kind of thing. Obviously in other countries, I'm not sure aware of their procedures, may be slightly different, but certainly in the UK, that is, or should be, what dealerships you should be using. And then you order your key, and the key is actually pre-configured for the vehicle directly from Germany, from VW in Germany. So when the key is ordered, they take your VIN number of the vehicle and so forth, and it's pre-configured. So this key here, which is my nice shiny new key, is already pre-configured for this vehicle, although if I press it, nothing happens, it doesn't work. And that is because I haven't linked the key to the vehicle. So, but to do that, you have to be VW approved to do so, because you have to log into the VW Group mothership in Germany using their system. There are some people out there, I'm sure, who have methods of logging into that without being VW approved. So your mileage may vary on that front. Not something for me to discuss right now. But I know in my heart of hearts I am, because I've gone through that process and paid for that access, and I continue to pay for that access. So that then gives me the ability to program keys to vehicles. And my sister company, remotestarts.co.uk, where we sell plug and play remote start systems for Audis, in some vehicles, certainly like this Q7 or an A4 or something from like 2017 onwards, the only way for the remote start to work is to take one of your existing keys and put it with the remote start system. So we take you take the metal piece out of the car key, you then take the battery out of the car key, so the key is dead from an electrical perspective, but the chip inside is obviously still programmed to the car. That goes into the remote start system, and then when the remote start kicks in or is activated, it reads the data on the key, and that allows the car to start. And that only applies, and be very clear, that only applies to newer vehicles. So when we do remote starts for older vehicles, say a 2011 car, we don't need to necessarily do that. But certainly with these newer vehicles, we do. So So when you put, and obviously I've got a remote start in my Q7 here behind me, and obviously I had to bury one of my keys. So I've just gone and fished it out from my car, because obviously I know where it was because I fitted it. And so now I've got all 3 keys in my hand here. So I've got my 2 existing keys and my 1 new key, because you've got to have all the keys with you, or the dealership or the independent garage who's approved by VW or Audi to do this needs to have all the keys. And the reason why that is because if I didn't have all my keys with me, and say I only have one of my original keys and my new key, when I go to program, it will only program these 2 keys and wipe this key off the car. So this key will then not function with the vehicle. So I'd only end up still with 2 keys, which I've already got. So you have to have all 3 with you, because the system is going to ask me for all 3 keys one by one by one, as it goes through the procedure of programming up the new key. So this is my attempt at trying to show you that procedure, but I'm going to try and show you. I'm going to get my laptop, I'm going to sit in the driver's seat, I'm going to set a video camera up and do my best to kind of demonstrate this, because some people aren't clear on this process. Some people know this process very well, and some people don't. So this is just, I just thought, I'm doing this, do you know what I'll do? I'll make a video at the same time. So I've got all my 3 keys here. All 3 have got batteries in them. They're ready to go. I've got my car on a charger. Don't want the car running out mid programming up the new key. I'm going to get my laptop and gear all set up, and then I'll set the video up inside the car, and we will go from there. So bear with me. Hey guys, okay, so I'm now sitting in the driver's seat of the car. I've got the electrics switched on but not the engine running. You can see on the MMI screen I've got my car information up there, and you can see the number of keys initialized for the vehicle currently says 2, as this is how many keys the car obviously came with when I purchased the vehicle. So that number's going to change from 2 to 3, but I'm going to just run you through that process now. So just out of camera shot, just here is my laptop. Here's my laptop, and I'm just logging in to Audi, and it's just having a quick check of my car at the moment. So I'm just letting that run through, and then we're gonna begin the procedure. So I've got the first car key in the car. Here it is. Here's the first key, one of my original keys, and I've got it just on the emergency keypad, just in the center armrest. The other 2 keys, my second good key and my new key, are outside the vehicle. You always want to keep them outside the vehicle when you do this procedure. You don't want the car getting confused about, or the system getting confused about, which key it should be dealing with. So I'm about to run through the process. So I'm going to have to jump in and out of the car while I get the keys. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'm going to put the keys just a little bit closer to the car, just so I can get to them a bit easier. Okay, so let's have a look here. So I'm just going to start the process on my laptop, which is for adding new keys. And as I say, I have to log into Audi using my official login that they've given me when I registered with them. So just waiting for the process to start. So it's now asking me to confirm the VIN number of my car and validate that the VIN number is exactly what's stamped on the vehicle, which I know it is, so I can say yes to that. So it's reading the first key now. Still reading the first key. So now it's asking me if I want to program up new keys. I can either say yes or no, so I'm going to say yes. So it's now going through the process now. So it's now talking to the immobilizer, and it's checking the configuration of the immobilizer. It's checking the configuration of the immobilizer against what it was when it left the production line, and how they configured it when the car was built. It tries to make sure that they're aligned, and if not, it aligns them, which is fine. We want things to be as they should be. And it says the configuration was successfully implemented, so now I can continue. And now it's asking me how many keys do I want to configure. I can either keep it at 2, I can decrease it to 1, or I can increase it. These cars can actually support up to 8 car keys. You can actually program up to 8 keys to these vehicles. So I'm going to increase the number to 3 and say yes. And it says, do you want to just confirm you want to program 3 keys to the vehicle, my 2 original keys and my 1 new key? And I say yes. And now it's reading the first key on the little coil, the emergency key coil on the car. And you'll see down here, you might see it says 0 of 3 now on my dash. It's going to go 1, 2, 3 as it goes through all 3 keys. So it's asking me to make sure the front key is, the first key is ready. I'm going to say yes, and this should go from 0 to 1. You can see it says 0 up here now. And now it says 1. You can see it says 1 there. It says 1 of 3 down here. And now it's asking me to get the second key, so I'm going to take my first key out the car. And continue. Now it's looking at the second key. And now you can see it says 2 and 2 of 3 down here. And now it's asking me to take that one away, so I'm taking this one away. And now I'm going to get my nice new key. So I'm going to put it here, so hopefully this one will work. So next, it's now reading the third key. And you can see it now says number of keys initialized for the vehicle 3, and it now says 3 of 3 down here. And it says, now it's just saying please wait. And it says the results were successfully recorded, and it's asking me to turn the car off and on again. So I'm just going to turn the car off. Just wait a few minutes, not a few minutes, a few seconds. And I've got my new key in here now. So this should now work. And now I can turn the car on. So the new key's in, turn my aircon off and continue. And we're done. So that's the process. So now you can see here, it says 3 under here, where it did say 0 initially, because I said to the system, I want to program 3 keys. So it wipes out all the original config of the original 2 keys, and then it asks you for each key one at a time to reprogram. And that's why I'm saying, if you need to add, even if you need to add a new key, you need to have all the keys with you to be able to go through that process. Otherwise it won't be able to program all the keys, because it has to do all of them. So there we go, the keys are now programmed. I've now got 3 keys configured to my vehicle. I can use 1 in my remote start, and I've still got 2 to use for me just getting in and out of the car and so forth. So I hope that was of interest. I don't really know, I just thought I'd do it anyway. But any questions, do let me know. Many thanks guys, cheers.